What lesson has life taught me? Probably it's because they are unhappy or they're projecting whatever situation in life they have on me. You have to continue to live within your waiting season. These questions are calling me out.
Love like a mountain that cannot be moved. Just as an eagle, I found freedom in you, a peace which brings me.
Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Audrey and I make content about all things wellness, and if that's your kind of thing, please consider staying by subscribing. It's nice here. It is a vibe. And today we are going to be doing an updated Q&A and getting this look. So if you're interested in either or both of that, please keep watching. Hi guys, how are you doing today? All right guys, let us start with our brows while I answer the first question. And this question was from Precious and it reads, what do you think the purpose of life is, and what important lesson has life taught you? We're starting strong. She said I'm gonna come in with the difficult questions because I don't know how to clearly answer the first one. By the way, I'm using the blade brow from Revolution. You would have seen this in my vlog. It's a difficult one for me to answer because I think that my purpose has changed over time. What I thought the purpose of life was, I believe that the purpose of life right now, what I believe is to share love and kindness in such a cruel world. We live in a really cruel world, and I believe that the best thing we can do is to show each other kindness in whatever unique way and whatever unique gift we have been given by God. So for example, with me, I believe that one of my strongest gifts is sympathy and empathy. I'm very empathetic, and I see a lot of people lean into me to talk to me, to offload on me, and I think my kindness comes with a listening ear, and if I can give sound advice. I am not sure I articulated that very well, but I believe that life has shown me in so many different ways. I have spoken about the fact that I wanted to be a lawyer and I ended up doing psychology. That was just life aligning with that purpose that I have, my particular purpose. But in general, I do believe that the purpose of life is to show each other love and kindness. What lesson has life taught me? The biggest lesson, I think, is aligned with what I think my purpose is. And the lesson is everyone is going through something. Everyone is always going through something, and you need to be kind to people. Because what we see is what people allow us to see. We don't know what has been happening in their house. We don't know what has been happening with their family, with their friends, with their finances. So sometimes we come, especially online, and we judge people by what they do or what they don't do, not knowing that they're only showing us the best part of their lives. So again, I think life has taught me to be kind. Yeah, it's taught me to be kind. You don't know everything about everyone, and so show kindness. Kindness is free. Love and kindness are so free to give out. But let's move on to the second question while we shape up these brows. So we have two questions from Mom Lindy, and the first one is, what drove you to be a content creator? I've always loved content in one form, shape, or the other. Like when I was younger, I used to pose for pictures, like proper pose for pictures. I will insert a picture as evidence here. Please don't laugh, I was young. But I think I have always loved being in front of the camera. And it's quite interesting how Joey has been speaking about names recently, and I thought about it when she was mentioning the names of her children, because I have two names. My Shona names mean the same thing, and the translation is come and look or come and see. So the name is Tarisai, and it means look, come, like come and look. So I guess I guess I'm living up to my name because people watch me. Um, and I hope more people are gonna watch me and get something from this channel. After I started content creating and after I lost a couple of people in my family, I realized that I am now creating content to create memories, to have something to look back on. And if I can get my friends and family in front of the camera, much better, because I'll always have memories of that. So that is one of the main things that I'm looking at now with content creating, especially recording milestones with my studying, with YouTube, with life. I just want to record everything so that I always have something there in the vault on the internet to look back on. Her other question was, what are your pet peeves? Number one, lying, especially at our age. I believe that lying is cowardice. No one is gonna beat you at this age. So if you are not proud of what you have done, if you're not proud of the situations you've put yourself in, then you're just being a coward towards that. And I don't believe in cowardice. So I don't take lightly to people who lie. Another pet peeve of mine is people who are just cruel for no reason. People that choose to be unkind for no reason. And as the empath that I am, I try and think, okay, where are they coming from? And probably it's because they are unhappy or they're projecting whatever situation in life they have on me. But I can't tolerate it. If you show that side of you, I will love you from afar. So those are my two pet peeves. The next set of questions are from Joey. And the first one says, what was your childhood like? I'm just trying to blend out the concealer on my brows before I continue, because I know that's gonna take time and concentration. Our brows today are a lot thinner than usual, but you know what? We have those kind of days. So my childhood, looking back on my childhood, I think I had a marvelous one. It was beautiful. I was surrounded by family. I come from a biggish family. I have 3 older sisters, but I have a lot of cousins from both my mom's side and my dad's side, and I grew up close with all of them. Cousins from my mom's side, cousins from my dad's side. And although I was rushing to grow up, especially because of the kind of schools I went to, the kind of people I befriended, there are some things that I thought I was missing out on, whereby it was just my parents trying to protect me from certain things. I'll start with a simple example, something very mundane as relaxing my hair. My mom would always say that you're not going to relax your hair until you start working. And I would see other children with their relaxed straight hair. It wasn't hard to manage. And when I was 16, I relaxed my hair when I was at school because I was in boarding school. And look at me now, shaving my relaxed hair because I want to go natural. I don't know how many times I've gone natural. So you see, our parents are always right. And what they try and protect us from, they know what they're talking about. So that's just, a mundane example. But I think that had I taken time to take in my childhood, it would have been an even better experience. But the amount of stuff that I did take in, I have so many beautiful memories. I had a great childhood. The next question is, do you have friends and what do you look like when making friends? I have a handful of friends, and that's because of the second part of your question. I believe that I give my all in friendships, in any connection. Actually, if I make a connection with someone, I give 100%. So I look for the same thing in friends. I look for loyalty, I look for trust, I look for commitment in certain aspects. And so I've had friends for coming up to 20 years now. Three of my friends, Charmaine, you haven't seen her on the channel yet because we live in different cities at home. We've been friends for 20 years. Same thing with the twins, which you would have seen on the channel. We've been friends for 20 years. And then I made friends at my first workplace, at my other workplaces. I made friends when I moved. A friend of mine called Charlene. We've been friends for almost 16 years now, still going strong. She is not around. She's in America, so I haven't seen her in a long time, and so you wouldn't have seen her on the channel. My other friend, Vivian, you didn't see her on the channel as well because by the time I created the channel, we had moved to different places. But we're still friends, still going strong. And then Tanasia and Thezi, you have seen them on the channel. All of these are my friends in different aspects of my life, in different periods in my life. But one thing that we share in common is the love, the commitment, the trust. And no matter how long we take without seeing each other, the moment we see each other, it's like, oh, we've been together for the past 3-4 weeks. So that's what I look for in a friendship. So those are my very best of friends. And outside of that, I am friendly with a lot of people because I just love people. But again, with one of my pet peeves, if you are cruel and you're dishonest, I'm very quick now, later on in my life, to cut out people that quick. So I guess that's what I look for in a friendship. Okay, so the next questions are from Dineo. She asked me 3 questions and I've answered 2 of them already. The first one is, do you still have childhood friends? And I've just answered that. The other one I answered is, why do you create content? And the third question is, how has your journey of building an intimate relationship with God been? That's a great question. I think the best way I can answer that is to say it's a daily journey. Daily. We have good days, we have bad days. There are days where I feel very, very, very close with God, and there are days that I feel like there's some distance between us. And I always remind myself that when the distance is there, it's because of me, because God doesn't go anywhere. And so I try and improve daily. But I think that it has improved a lot over time, and that's simply because of how deep of a hunger I've had of knowing him recently. Like probably the last 2 years. Yeah, I think it's going on 2 years now. I've had a deep hunger to know him for who he is, not the stories I've heard, not the scriptures I've memorized, but having a deeper understanding of who God is to me and what his love means on my life. And I think reading my Bible has played a huge role in that, but also some of the people that I follow that share their experiences, and yeah, a lot of lifestyle changes as well. I've made quite a lot of lifestyle changes that have made that relationship closer, but it's not where I want it to be, and I'm still working on it. But thank you very much for that question. So we are moving on to the base, and today we are doing it different because I just want to be trying different techniques with this segment of the channel. And I'm going to be doing only concealer and foundation. I don't know how that's gonna turn out, but we'll see together, won't we? But the eyes are looking cute. I just used a dark brown and a copper. The names of the shades are Oud and Blood Moon. The next question is from Linda, and it says, what has been your biggest 2024 highlight thus far? And what has being a content creator taught you? Everyone asked me such interesting questions. So these are the points where I'm going to put the concealer. Let's blend. Let's start with the top. My 2024 highlight so far has actually happened this particular week because I am in the waiting season of a lot of things in my life at the moment, and having something that I've been working on for quite some time come to fruition has taught me that you have to do something in your waiting season. You have to continue to live within your waiting season. And me getting fully monetized on YouTube, which was this week on Tuesday, that would be last week. Me getting fully monetized on YouTube has shown me that sometimes you have to wait for what you want to achieve. It doesn't mean it's not gonna come. It just means that at the appropriate time you are going to get it. And it has taught me patience. To answer your second question, content creation has taught me patience, but more so I'm going to look at life, the things I'm waiting on, in a different aspect now that I know they're going to come. So in the meantime, let me enjoy what I'm doing. Let me learn from the waiting season. So I guess the highlight of 2024, full monetization on YouTube, baby. And yeah, it's taught me patience. I missed a question from Joey, and she said, how do you balance your online and offline life? Do you rest? These questions are calling me out. These questions are calling me out. To be quite honest, Joey, I believe that I do not rest. And I'm here preaching wellness on this channel. But I did say to myself that once I get to the goal, which is where I am now, I'm gonna rest. And I've started incorporating that now more because I have a schedule of creating content. I have a schedule of editing, and I now have a schedule of posting, which has gotten me quite relaxed, especially this week. The new schedule I have now, not double lives every day, but posting 3 to 4 times a week, has given me the weekends off. And I have committed to resting over the weekends. But most of my life is actually offline. Like, most of the things that I do really is offline, and I think that I like to keep a lot of things for myself, and I show what I want to show. I show what other people are comfortable with me showing, and I believe we always need to have a balance of that. So I nurture my relationships that are offline as much as possible, because I don't want to miss it. I don't want to lose it. Like I said, I'm doing this to create memories and to help whoever I can help, but that should also not take away from the people who are in my life offline as well. So I'm trying to put a balance, but the rest has been coming. This week has been the most peaceful week ever. So thank you for calling me out on that one, and I am going to continue to rest. All right, we have 3 more questions, so we need to finish up this phase. The next one is, why teaching and lecturing? This is from Tamara. Why teaching or lecturing, and what jump-started your fitness journey? There are some things that happen in my life that are inexplicable. For example, me studying psychology, like I mentioned before, that wasn't part of my plan. that was part of God's plan, and obviously his plan was better for me than the one that I had for myself, because I love psychology. Same thing with teaching and lecturing. What happened was, when I started my PhD, I got a scholarship, and one of the requirements of the scholarship was for me to teach. And the next question was, what jump started your fitness journey? Moving here, actually. I've always been an active girl. I played basketball, I played netball, and I played the game of dancing when I used to go out. So I've always been a very much active girl. It's always been in my body, but I'd never gone to the gym. Me moving here, I gained a lot of weight. Not this weight that I gained, but when I initially moved here, because of the convenience of takeout, because I hardly walked. I think walking really helped me when I was in Zimbabwe. But I hardly walked, and I wasn't moving at all. So I gained a lot of weight. And before going home, it was my first vacation, after my first year of being here, I was going home, and I said, if these people see how much weight I have gained. So I started going to the gym then, but I was just trying to lose weight at that moment. So I wouldn't say that's when my fitness journey started. It started when I came back, and I actually started going to the gym because of how it made me feel. And I realized that, wow, this is a great lifestyle, and I have never turned back since, except for the year that I took a break. But that's a story for another day. That is a big, huge story for one day. One day, not now. All right, so the next question is, well, first of all, we got the pose from Dr. Avi. Thank you so much. Can you share a memorable experience you've had with your audience or during filming? There was a time when I was home. I asked my Instagram followers to ask me questions for my mom, because we were going to do a video together. The questions were not inappropriate, but because of the respect I have for my mom and the experience I had with her when I was growing up, like, I was scared of my mom. So some of the questions they were asking me, oh, how did your father get your mom? I was like, I've never asked those kind of questions, because in my culture that's kind of disrespectful. But because of the relationship we have now, I think she was more open to answering those kind of questions, and we were laughing about most of them. So yeah, I think that was the experience. That was the most interesting experience I've had with the audience. I just thought they were trying to get me beat up by my mom. With filming as well, my most memorable experience was filming with my mom, because most of the questions that were asked were things that we've never discussed. So I was getting to know her with everyone. So that was really fun, actually. Really, really fun. Scary, but fun. What challenges have you faced on your journey to monetization, and how did you overcome them? Exhaustion. I was exhausted. I am someone who sets goals, and once I say I'm going to do something, I work towards it. So I had a timeline of how long it would take for me to achieve the goals, because I was working with my analytics, I was working with how the lives were going, and then there was a week that the lives were not doing good. They were not performing the way they used to. And then when I had my first monetization, my partial monetization, I was having problems because of my location and my identification. So that really set me aback. I'm not gonna lie. It was so discouraging, because I had worked so hard to get to 3,000, and then it was the verification process that was stressing me out. But I took a few days really. It wasn't even up to a week. I took a few days to moan about it, cry about it by myself, and then I came to cry with you guys on a live, and it made me feel better. And then I felt encouraged again, and I just set new goals and I work towards them. I think one thing about me is I take on challenges very well, and that's why I do a lot of fitness challenges, because once I start I feel like I have to finish. So they work very well for me in that aspect. So yeah, I just set new goals, new challenges, and that always helps me to achieve whatever it is I am trying to achieve. Do some setting spray before we get into the highlight. The next question from Dr. Amy is, on a personal note, what do you do besides content creation? I am a researcher. I am currently studying for my PhD, and I teach English online. What else do I do? What else do I do? I feel like I do a lot. But those are the basics of what I do. Yeah. I'm always learning, always trying to improve my skills, personal skills, physical, financial, everything. So I'm always learning. I feel like I'm always doing something. I hear a lot of people calling you doctor. Are you pursuing a doctorate in what? Yes, I am, Dr. Amy. I am pursuing a doctorate in innovation and knowledge management. It is a fairly new field. So the innovation part is creativity, information system, and knowledge management is mostly about intellectual capital. So it is basically IP, IT, and a little bit of business and psychology. So because my first and second degrees are in psychology, I wanted to broaden what I could get into after I finished my doctorate. So that's why I chose this particular one. Will we get a collaboration with your mom again? Yes. Yes, 100% yes. Mom is gonna be on the channel. Yeah, she needs, I need to do at least 5 more videos with her. 5 more videos with her, and then I will be satisfied. I don't know if she'll allow me though, but hopefully. I'll put a questionnaire and I'll ask everyone to say, please bring mom on the channel. And when she sees like 10 people, she'll be like, okay. My mom is so gentle, guys. My mom is so soft. As a human being, she is very soft. When she was a mom, she was very, very strict. So how's that for multifaceted? We are doing the lippy while we answer the last question. How am I? Nox, this is a question from Nopolo. I am doing so well, to be quite honest. I think that, like I mentioned before, this full monetization has, I think it has sealed something in me that I can do what I set out to do, and it comes into fruition. So I really, really am so happy right now. I'm so happy. I feel accomplished. I feel like I've achieved something. So yeah, really, really happy. What inspires me? That's a deep one. That is a deep one. To be quite honest, I think when I was probably 24, 25, 26, one of those years, I made a promise to my children, the ones I don't have now. I made a promise to my children, my unborn children, that I was going to give them a good life. in every single aspect, spiritually, emotionally, financially. And I said that I was going to be available for them. So everything that I do now is building myself for them. And that is my biggest inspiration. I want everything is in God's plan, right? And I hope that my plan and his plan are aligned, because my plan is to give those children a life. A life, yeah. So that's my biggest inspiration. When I was younger, I was inspired by career. I always wanted to have a huge career. I also wanted fame. So my inspiration was very much financial, materialistic, monetary. I do not want to be poor. Okay, so I'm not saying right now I want to be poor, because for me to give those children the life they deserve, I need to be rich. So, but I'm saying that the scope of my inspiration has moved from just financial to a holistic scope. So that is my biggest inspiration. Do you have a college degree? If so, what did you study and why? Yes, I have a Bachelor of Science in psychology, honors degree in psychology, and then I have a Master of Science degree in psychology as well. And I am currently studying for my doctorate. So hopefully when the time is right, we are going to be changing this channel to a little bit of Dr. Dre. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for your questions. Oh, we didn't do a why would we not do a highlight? Let's just do a little razzle dazzle. Because the dress is going to be razzle dazzle. So let's do the razzle dazzle. Let the dress not come and take the shine from the face. Let's do the razzle. Why not? Why not? Ooh, that's a little bit too much razzle dazzle. Or am I not seeing it well? Let me see. Let me see. No, it's fine. It's cutesy. It's demure. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here, and I appreciate all your questions. Really, I would not have done this video without you, literally. So I appreciate you giving me your questions, taking time out of your day to watch my videos. And if you're watching me for the very first time and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. We are on the road to 3K, and please do not skip the ads, because your girl is fully monetized now. I'm still not over it. And I'll see you next Wednesday.